Hello students, hope that you have gone through the last video lecture of my topic. Today I am discussing related to electrical flux. I'm just giving one example how to find electrical flux if the electrical field is given and surface area is given. Now let electrical field vector E is given. Just taking one example, 2I hat plus 3J hat plus 4K hat, like this. And it is asked that you have to find the electrical flux passing through a surface area which is in YZ plane. Let that surface area is 20 meters square. Okay, and this surface is in YZ plane. Now, this is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Okay. Now this surface is in YZ plane. This is the plane. This is the plane, YZ plane. Okay. Now, first, as already discussed yesterday, that area is a vector quantity. So first we have to find magnitude of the area is given here, 20 meters square. Now, what is the direction of this area vector? How to find? As it is said that this area is YZ plane, so we have to draw a outward normal. It means we have to draw a normal, outward normal. That normal gives the direction of this area vector. If so, as it is YZ plane, so if we draw a outward normal, it's along the positive x-axis. We have to take always a positive direction. It may be minus negative x-axis, but we have to take always positive direction. So direction of the YZ, this area vector is along positive x-axis, and we know that direction of positive x-axis is denoted by I hat unit vector. So here, if this area YZ plane is denoted by vector S, then 20 I hat. So electrical flux passing through this area vector, if it is denoted by phi, then according to formula, phi equal to E dot S here. So in place of E, just put 2I hat plus 3J hat plus 4K hat. Okay. Dot S means 20 I hat. Now doing the dot product, according to rule of dot product, we know I dot I equal to 1, J dot I equal to 0, K dot I equal to 0. So 2 into 20, I dot I means 1, so 40 Newton per coulomb meter square. This is the answer. So in this way, we have to find the electrical flux passing through a surface. This is open surface. Now, before starting Gauss theorem, you have to know the type of integration. Till date, it is known to you that there are just one type of integration. Maximum time we have used line integration. There are basically three types of integration. One is called line integration, like any vector A, or you can write vector E dot dl. Dl means very infinitesimal small length of a line. So this is called line integration as L. L means line integration here. Now, if the line integration, we are doing a integration along the line like this, suppose A to B, and again coming from B to A, means this type of integration, line integration, is called closed line integration. Okay. Next is called surface integration. symbolically we have to write some surface integration, we have to put two integration sign. This is called surface integration, or it is equivalent to you can write also like this. This is also this symbols meaning it is surface integration. So now E dot, this is related to surface. This is open surface integration. When we have to do closed surface integration, then we have to put a circle over this integration sign. This means closed surface integration. Okay? And last one is volume integration or triple integration, like this. Volume integration. A dot or any vector dot dv, or symbolically we have to write C symbol of integration, or you can write in this way also. V means volume, A dot dv. Okay, A dot A dv. Okay. Now we have used line integration. Now you will learn all these things in your mathematical portion in mathematics. Here, basically in Gauss theorem, we have to use closed surface integration. Okay, there are two types of surface. First, you have to know what is closed surface, what is open surface. This is open surface. This is open surface. If I draw like this, this is closed surface. This is closed surface. Just example I can give. This room is a closed surface. But if I portion a plain roof only, then it is open surface. So now Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem is related to closed surface, remember it. And by using Gauss theorem, we can find the electric field due to a charge distributed body. Now this body should be a symmetrical shape. It means it must be there are many types of symmetrical shape body, like spherical shape, cylindrical shape, line shape, planar shape. It is easy to find the electrical field due to this symmetrical shape body by using Gauss theorem. Now what is Gauss theorem? According to Gauss theorem, it states that the total outward electrical flux passing through a closed surface is 1 by epsilon times the total charge enclosed by that closed surface. So I am writing, it states that total outward electrical flux passing through a closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by that surface. This is Gauss theorem. This is very, very important. One question always come from this Gauss theorem. Now, here some words you have to mention. Total, outward, electrical flux passing through a closed surface. The surface should be closed. 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by that closed surface. Mathematically, we can write like this: phi, total flux passing through the closed surface, phi equal to Q by epsilon naught. this is one of the expression of Gauss theorem. Another way we can write E dot vector ds closed surface integration equal to Q by epsilon naught. Either you can write this or you have to remember both expression according to application. So total outward flux, outward means we have to take the charged body, especially positively charged body, so that electric lines of force passing through the radially outward from the charged body, passing through closed, the surface should be closed and total charge enclosed by that closed surface. Now this is the Gauss theorem and this is the mathematical form of Gauss theorem. So before applying Gauss theorem, you have to know, we have to use one hypothetical concept that applying the Gauss theorem, we have to consider a closed surface. That surface is called Gaussian surface. It is a hypothetical surface. Like this, I am giving simple example first. Suppose Gauss, we have to find a electrical field due to this point charge. Let this point charge consisting charge of small q. Now we have to find the electrical field at this point due to point charge. Already discussed how to find electrical field. Let this distance is r, small r. By using Coulomb's law, we can easily find the electrical field at this point. Now here we have to find the electrical field at this point. Let this point is P by using Gauss theorem. So what we have to find, how to find Gauss theorem applicable for closed surface? So first we have to draw a closed surface such that like this, so that this distance will be the radius of this hypothetical Gaussian surface. This surface we have drawn, this closed surface. So this surface is a hypothetical surface. This is called Gaussian surface. By now we can apply the Gauss theorem because Gauss theorem applicable for closed surface only. So in this way we have to proceed first. So in my next video lecture I will apply the Gauss theorem, how to find the electrical field due to point charge, how to find the electrical field due to spherically charged distributed body, how to find the electrical field due to a linear charge distributed body, and find the electrical field due to a planar charged body. This type of 3 application you have in your syllabus. So just go through these things, and if any question you ask me, and I also give some note related to this Gauss theorem. This basic about Gauss theorem and some numerical problem. Okay.